morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour on this Thursday. Joe and Jason out here. I hope it finds you well. And as always, so many things to talk about. Let's see, the president today, for all of you guys that, man, and been a lot of you, looking to get into or expand your TEXIT holdings. Donald Trump today. And again, this is an easy one. Right? You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, Donald Trump's the crypto president. And it's not by accident. It's not by accident. Digital money, it's here. Right? It just is. And I keep trying to and convince some of you, I guess. A lot of you get it. Some of you are really there, but not quite there yet. Some of you are dipping your toe in. Some of you want to be in denial. I know I was in denial for a long time. I was. They've ruined it. I wish they hadn't, but they ruined the dollar. They wrecked it. They absolutely wrecked it. All they wanted to do was print more money and print more money and print more money and print more money. And wait, let's print more money. Now, we're waiting to see who's going to be the next replacement for Kugler at the Fed and who's going to be the new head of the Fed. We may have a new leader in the clubhouse. And I'm going to tell you this. If it is this person, gold and silver will go, forget about 4,000. Forget about $50 silver. This will be, without a shadow of a doubt, the finishing of the job when it comes to Federal Reserve notes. This will be over. Right now, it appears, according to Bloomberg, Chris Waller has emerged. You know, I really thought it would be Kevin Warsh, but Chris Waller, he's already a member of the Fed. Remember, he was one of the dissenters at the Fed meeting, a couple weeks ago. He is essentially going to become the shadow Fed chair, I think. That's what it looks like today. He does not believe in the data. He's more of I'm going to look out to the future and take a guess type of guy. Of course, what does that mean? That means he's going to cut the hell out of interest rates. That means what I've been telling you. No interest on anything. You're not going to make crap in your money market. There's no safe place. The Treasury market sucks. The money you've already earned, put it into gold, put it into silver. You got the big IRAs. I know, but Joe, stocks are still all-time highs. Listen, I'm going to tell you, ready? Listen, they're going to go a little higher. Yeah. And I'm telling you to get out. Why? Well, because you know how it goes. One day too late is still too late, right? The valuations on Wall Street are ridiculous. I mean, we're back to .com stuff. There's a report out that said that, listen to this, AI data centers and all that stuff, the chips, right? The tech thing. That's like 2/3 of the economy now. That's like the only part of the economy. I don't know. But this guy here, Boy, I don't want to believe it, but it makes a lot of sense. He will be very easy when it comes to monetary policy, and I think he will be the guy that essentially the fiat money cycle probably comes to an end. There you go. If you haven't gotten into TEXIT yet, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't care. Whatever. We got plenty of people that are doing it. You know what? I get here really early, and now all of a sudden I'm here. It's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I'm still here. Yeah, why? Because it's one person after another realizing I better know how to operate in this digital space. And then the president, not only did we get the news that it may be Chris Waller now, he signed another one of these executive. You know, this is it. I guess this is how the new presidencies from here on out are going to work. Executive order everything. Why even have a Congress? Let's just get rid of them. We'll save some money, right? Opening the door for cryptocurrencies to be included in 401k plans. Of course, potentially reshaping how we invest our savings. I know this. Boy, they need those stable coins. They really, really do. It directs the U.S. Labor Department to reevaluate restrictions around alternative assets. Remember yesterday he went after the banks about that as well. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason here on this Thursday. Let's take a quick look in at the markets. The Dow's down just under 300 points right now. The S&P's down 3. The NASDAQ up 99 for right now. The 10-year note sitting here at 423. By the way, we'll get to this in a second. Another terrible auction yesterday. By the way, it was a 10-year note auction. Crude oil down a little bit. Diamondback. You know, this is interesting. The OPEC members said, hey, they're going to increase oil production, which is in line with what they had been saying that they were going to do. But then here in the U.S., the Diamondback, they're the shale drilling giant. They do all the drilling. Just slashed its CapEx again, saying that, hey, listen, the cost of drilling and pumping oil in the United States has gotten significantly higher. And that essentially break-even costs are now in the $60+ range, which kind of interesting because was that $65? Donald Trump's like, hey, if we can get it down another $10, we can kill Russia. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Kind of interesting there. Gold, no shocker, up 20. Right now, 33.90 on gold. Silver up 42 cents, 38.18. Listen, I would literally take the vast majority, if I've got big money sitting in my bank account right now, and park it into gold and silver and not even sweat it. Not even sweat it. This is a situation where we're seeing all of these nations do the same thing. Even take Africa. Right? They're significantly not important in the world, right? When you think about GDP, I mean, there's a couple of countries that have oil, right? That somewhat important, kinda, not really, and that's about it. All of a sudden, these nations now, almost across the board, the ones that have gold have essentially stopped selling gold abroad. Matter of fact, have told the gold mining companies, before you sell anything, you come here first. You sell us the gold first. And then if there's anything left over, then you can go ahead and ship it out. You can sell it to somebody, but you have to come here first. That's huge. It's having this huge, huge effect. And Jason and I, we keep trying to tell you, like, we get it, right? We're like, I mean, we've told you flat out, sales are soft. Like, they just are here. What are all this being dominated by money? It's hard to put into words the type of money we're talking about, because they buy by metric tons, right? 32,150 ounces at a time. Now, it was just central banks, right? It started as central banks. Now, think about it, it's central banks. Almost, we've told you all the surveys. Right, what is it? 79% of central banks say they're going to be buying gold. They're either already buying gold or going to be buying gold. None of them said they were going to sell any gold. Now, sovereign wealth funds, over half of them have now said, oh, by the way, yeah, we're buying gold. Right? And those are the big money, pensions. And I'm not just talking about pensions here, everywhere. Hedge funds, everywhere. Why? Well, I think it's very easy. Have you not connected the dots? Right now, hey, everyone's got to have crypto. Why do we have to have crypto? Why is it so important? Well, gosh, we got the stablecoin stuff. We need them to buy treasuries. we got to sell hundreds of billions of dollars. It's so ridiculous now. Every 4 weeks now, we've got to sell $100 billion worth of 4-week notes every 4 weeks, over and over and over and over and over and over, and it never stops. And by the way, Scott Bessent said we got to sell even more short-dated stuff. Why? Nobody wants to hold U.S. treasuries, U.S. dollars for 5, 7, 10, 20, 30 years. They don't want to hold it. Jason, they just don't come. The 10-year note auction yesterday, the foreigners just didn't come. They said, nah, we don't want it. That's way too long. We'll buy the 4-week stuff. We'll hold it that way, but we don't want it for 10 years.
Yeah. You don't have to own crypto, right? Just as you have to get it. Well, it's not that you have to get into crypto. You have to put, what Joe's telling us, you have to put your money somewhere, right? If in Arizona, for some reason, some company's moving in, they're going to take over the car tire industry worldwide, and they're going to plop it right down. Joe sees it. He's on the inside of this thing. He knows that this is going to be the future of tire. Maybe they're manufacturing tires in a way that cuts the cost in half. They're going to blow the whole world away with their new tires, right? Well, I don't have my money tied up in tires, but if the investment's sitting right there and it's just like right in my face, I'm going to jump in on it, right, Joe? I'm not a big stock guy, but if I got something that's like, hey, here's a stock, it's a brand new company, it's going to take over the entire industry, it'll probably be 10,000 times its price right now if you buy in right now. And that's what TEXIT coin is. Investment's investment. There's risk, but there's huge reward. I mean, gold has little risk, and so there's little reward. And what I mean by that is, you're not going to buy gold today, sell it tomorrow, and make this huge profit generally, right? It's going to hold your position. It's savings. It's safe. It's not going to go to zero. Enron goes to zero. Gold won't go to zero. But when it comes to an investment and we find something, that's why you should be in crypto. You should be in crypto because Joe and I found a crypto that makes a lot of sense. It's an asset that you produce with the investment, and then you can hold or sell the coins. It's great, Joe. It's what I was looking for back in 23 and 24. I was looking for this, and I'm so glad that it happened because it's really good.
Listen, everybody needs to learn how to operate in this space. It's coming. Unfortunately, what does that mean? Well, it's really simple. What it means is the stuff that we work so hard for, these Federal Reserve notes, they're going away. Why? Well, because we've got $40 trillion worth of debt. All as we do is print more money. We have no solutions except what? Well, let's just print some more. Now we're going to put a guy in at the Fed that essentially just flat out said, yeah, hey, great, 1%, here we come. Because he gets it. Waller gets it. He knows, hey, outside of, well, let's face it, outside of data warehousing and AI, there is nothing. Of course, what's the data warehousing for? Digital. Right?
Yep.
That's what it's for. This is a no-brainer, guys. It's a no-brainer. You buy your gold and silver to protect what you've already gotten, and then you throw some. I don't care if you only do $9.95. Fine. Say, I still don't believe it, Joe. This isn't going to work. Okay. But at least you'll know how to operate in this space. It's different. Just is. It's a lot different. The terminology is different. How you buy it and sell it is different. Right? What the crypto exchanges do is different. And guess what? We'll be here to hold your hand the whole time. I've told you guys, I'm learning with you guys. Listen, on August 20th, we have a meeting here in Phoenix, Wednesday the 20th. I will be learning with you how to sell your TEXIT coins and turn it back into, for right now, Federal Reserve notes. That's what we will be doing on the 20th. Jason, you guys have meetings like at least, twice a month?
Well, we try to do them every week, but Mike it's the summer, and he's got two other businesses. So we're having a meeting on Wednesday the 13th at 5 o'clock. We're probably going to have another one Wednesday at 5 o'clock on the 20th, and then I think he has another out-of-town day. But Mike wants to keep doing these as frequently as possible. He's having meetings in Colorado Springs. He's having meetings in Denver. He is active, and he's also running a gun and ammo store, and he's now got opened up a brand new business where he's doing detailing and window tinting and the wrap.
He's a hustler.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's working.
Listen. There's TEXIT meetings all over the country. By the way, on the 12th, that's next Tuesday, Angie, she's another TEXIT person. She is having a meeting on the east side of town, Tuesday the 12th from 5:30 to 7:30. Bonfire Craft Kitchen and Tap House, 1617 West Warner Road in Tempe. Guys, there's something to learn from every one of these meetings. If you want to go to Andy's, listen, free food. It's one cool thing. TEXIT will get you a meal and help you get educated. If you want to go to that, maybe that's close to you guys. You want to go to that meeting, call me, and I'll get you an RSVP in there. And you guys can go. And there's something to learn from all of us in there. I know Steve, the dude, he was at the last meeting. He's back. He's going to be back in town. He'll be at that meeting, so check it out. 800-951-0592. I've got a handful of $20 gold pieces still left, less than 10. But if you want one today, $33.95, right? Spot's $33.90. I've got a handful of $10 liberties at $1,700, but that's it. I don't even have them online anymore because we just don't have. One guy buys 10. That's more than I've got. So put your gold away. Put your silver away. I don't know if you saw this morning. I keep saying we're getting closer and closer to fascism. President Trump said that he wants the CEO of Intel to resign immediately, saying that the CEO is highly, quote, conflicted, must resign immediately. There is no other solution to this problem. What did the head of Intel do? 800-951-0592. A lot. It's crazy how much stuff. And it's a calm 24 hours. Chris Waller now looks like maybe the guy at the Fed. Oh, what a great thing for us in gold. What a great thing. You should have seen, I don't know if you've seen in the last 24 to 48 hours, do you know how many people now they're talking 4,400 gold, 5,000 gold. One guy's calling 10,000 gold. And I'm not talking crackpots, right? I'm talking literally people that do this stuff for a living when they're looking at the cases for gold, Wisdom Tree. Kind of people, everyone knows who they are. They're saying, hey, listen, worst case, $3,850 gold by the second quarter of next year. Then I loved it. They threw this hyphen in there, but don't count out 5,355. Yeah. Yeah. Well, guess what? I think maybe Wisdom Tree got wind of who the next head at the Fed was going to be. I don't know. And then this morning, Donald Trump says, hey, the CEO of Intel's got to go. Like, there's no other option. I mean, this guy just became CEO. Laying off people by the thousands. Intel, huge here in Arizona. Right? Huge chip plants down in Chandler. Let me just go through this. In a letter, the impact, this was in March of 2025, and I want to say that was about the time this guy got in as CEO. They say that Tan, the guy Lip-Bu Tan, reportedly, they say, controls dozens of Chinese companies, has a stake in hundreds of Chinese advanced manufacturing and chip firms. At least 8 of the companies reportedly have ties to the Chinese People's Liberation Army. He was most recently the CEO of Candace Design System, a company that made electronic design automation technology. That's very vital in advanced chip design. Okay, so that's kind of which makes sense. Okay, how do you become head of Intel? Well, I know how to do advanced chip designs. Last week, Cadence pled guilty to illegally selling products to the Chinese military. Of course, this was when Tan was the CEO there. So, Jason, the Trump administration has I guess, escalated this. And this morning, Donald Trump on Truth Social just says there's no other solution to this problem. The CEO of Intel is highly conflicted and must resign immediately. And I think that's kind of gotten the markets on edge here.
Why? Because the truth is being shown as to how the system works. The government and these big industries are all controlled by the same entities, right up the pipe. And, if Intel's not doing what the system wants, then I guess Donald Trump, the one thing about him is he doesn't mind just showing the ugliness of the system out in the open. His detractors and haters, that's what they key on. The people that love him love because he's being honest. But just because you're honest,
right? You're right, Jason. It's both, right? The people that hate it. The people that love it. But I think Jason's right. Donald Trump doesn't mind showing you the ugly.
Right.
Here's the real truth.
And just because it's the real truth. Just because it's the truth doesn't mean you should be rooting for this.
No. Listen, absolutely not.
Intel should be independent of the government, but it's not. And this is why Trump gets to wave his powerful wand around. It's like, hey, by the way, you're in this game with me, and me and my buddies are a little higher up this ladder, so it's time for you to make some moves, Intel.
Right.
You have no decision here. Well, we'll see what Intel does, But it seems like these big companies, when they're told what to do by the government, they act defiant, and then like some weeks later, they just do it. Right.
That's right. Well, look at Tim Cook yesterday over at the White House. How about another $100 billion? Would that be okay? Guess what we're going to get out of that, right? Ready? I'm going to tell you. There's a company, Apple has a plant in Kentucky. They make glass for their iPhones and stuff, That's what we're going to get. More of that. They're going to make more of the glass here. That's the compromise from Apple. They won't be making any iPhones here in the U.S. But, hey, we'll take it, right? And I forget, it's ridiculous how few jobs $100 billion gets you, right? That's like, what? That's it? That's all there's going to be? Well, anyway, how about this? You don't think all of this is everybody's in this together? The president of the United Arab Emirates. Where's he been? Oh, he's in Russia right now. The second time in less than a year, calling Russia a strategic partner. And we're enhancing cooperation in particular economic, trade, investment, energy, in other areas. The UAE, allegedly a longtime close ally of the United States, a major military and intelligence partner in the Middle East. Well, it's also Russia's most important economic power in the Middle East, and Russia-EU trade jumped 68% year over year. Interesting. Here's a tariff on India, but UAE, you're okay, right, Jason? This guy, but I think this just shows, of course, UAE, right? They're part of BRICS. But this really kind of, it leaves you scratching your head a little bit, doesn't it?
Boy, more and more, right? Just more and more of the news telling you how it's run. And, well, I mean, there's those Middle Eastern countries that fell in line earlier than the other ones. The other ones just have to be motivated further, I suppose, Joe. And so, yeah, so they get their place at the table, right? They spend those dollars.
800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason. We'll be right back. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. That's where you get your gold, you get your silver, you get your TEXIT. By the way, $20 gold. We still got a few. $33.95. Still got a few tens. 1,700. You know, and here's another one. Jason will tell you, and I've been doing this, like I said, 22 years. The two best times to buy gold during the year, if you could, it's not every year, but the majority of the time, summer and the end of the year, right? Summer and then that time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Gold usually takes a break. Now, this summer, I guess gold took a break by not going anywhere, right? It didn't, actually probably still a little higher than what it was at the start of the summer, but I mean, it basically just treaded water. Well, they're talking about these charts and these patterns. And all of you know, as I've educated you, the vast majority of trading is done by computers. And they look for charts and patterns. And lo and behold, they're like, hey, we've been seeing the same charts and patterns in gold over the last 3 years. Basically, this gold run that it's been on. That, gosh, in the summertime it forms, I don't know, some triangular pattern or whatever. Okay. And guess what? It also does it at the end of the year. And then what happens? Bang! As soon as the summer's over, winter's over, here comes every January, gold rallies. You guys know this. I keep telling you, buy in December because January's going to rally. Same thing here. Listen, it's August. It's almost done. I know it's going to be hotter than Hades out, but listen, kids here. Kids are back to school. They just confirmed the same pattern again, and what are they saying? Hey, that's going to equate to a $900 gold move again. That's 4,400 gold. Gosh, let's see. Wisdom tree, 38.50 to 53 something. Well, put it in the middle. Oh, Jason, a lot of people, me included, gold in between 4,000 and 5,000 now seems almost a certainty with what we're seeing coming out. Especially, listen, all the crypto stuff. Now, of course, look at what's going on at the Fed. And Kugler just quits. Right? She's like, I don't want to be a part of this, right? I'm just going to quit. And now Chris Waller may end up being the guy at the Federal Reserve, which just guarantees rates will be much, much lower than we're not talking about, we're going to cut it a quarter of a point this meeting and the next meeting and call it good. This looks like it's going to be something very substantial.
Is he one of the guys that voted for rate reductions in the last meting?
Yes.
Like I remember when we talked about that, I said, hey, that's probably one of those two guys going to get the job. Remember, Joe? It's like, well, that's what Trump wants. And, this whole thing, this whole market, which I think is going to show at some point, I would think next year, there's going to be some really bad stuff. And it's such a contrived, controlled situation. But, Joe, who are they going to blame when this happens? If what we see happens, market disaster coming, they can only, the news that you're watching, there's only one guy to blame. It'll be Trump. Trump wanted the rate reductions. Trump wanted the big bad bill. Trump wanted to spend more. He's got Speaker Johnson wanting to do 2 more big spending bills before next year, right? And here's the thing, it has nothing to do with Trump. Trump doesn't make these decisions. Biden, Obama, these guys don't make these decisions. It's just a facade. If you're a banker that's sucking the blood off of the rest of the citizenry of the world, you don't want people to know who you are, right, Joe? Because one day they might figure it out. You don't want to know. You want to be who's got the real privacy? It's the guys that are the real controls of the economy of the world, right, Joe? And it's not Trump. Yeah. But, boy, they got a great scapegoat later.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I'm not bashing Trump at all. He had no good choice. And I think he's making the choice that's best for Donald Trump. This is the best way for him to look like a winner. I'm worried about life after Trump. I'll just say this. I think, I do. I think with the spending they're going to do and the rates that I think now are going to come out of this, I think we run in place. We're not going to get the mega growth, but I think we can run in place. And then life after Trump is going to be a cesspool. 2027, it's going to be really hard for anybody, including Trump. But again, Jason, I'd rather be a little early than a little late. Because here's the thing. Listen, he's trying to – people don't know this. He's trying to thread the needle here. There's a very narrow path to avoid disaster. But the problem is, what does avoid disaster mean? Oh, it's over. No. Avoid disaster just means, hey, I got you another 6 months, right? I got you another 12 months.
It's only a disaster for those that are going to lose their 401k, percentages.
I agree.
You're exactly right. About it's going to go bad. And
where's all the money? Where's all the money with the older people? They're going to wipe you out. That's why I keep telling you, listen, a lot of our listeners, you guys, we're older. Don't let them wipe you out. Get your gold, get your silver, take the ride on TEXIT with us. When we get back, I'll give you a quick update. Looks like we're going to shatter records again today. Stay with us. Patriot Radio News Hour, final segment on this Thursday. 800-951-0592. Again, the remaining 20s at $33.95. The 10s at $1,700. Got spot gold, $33.90. Silver back above $38. Get ready, guys. This is probably really inexpensive gold and silver right now. And very quickly, that silver market, I'm waiting for another snap on silver as the supplies have just dissipated. When it comes to TEXIT, remember, if you get in before miner 15,000, you have the ability to get more hash, which gives you more coins, without actually doing anything. That will go away. Right now, we're over miner 13,200. We've already signed up. They've already done 100 new miners today. Yesterday was the second biggest day in TEXIT history, the biggest Wednesday ever. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm all but guaranteeing we will set records for the amount of miners signing up. I feel fairly confident that you'll have at least until Monday, but I don't know. Right now, we're 1,800 away from 15,000. I think that will probably be between 14 and 14.5 on Monday, I'm hoping. So that maybe you get to Tuesday. We'll see. The only day that wasn't above 200 miners this week was Sunday. And I would not be surprised if Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if we do over 1,000 signs just on those 3 days alone. So if you want to get in for that, is it huge? No. But it adds up. Listen, just yesterday alone, we probably had, just in mine, I don't even know about Jason, just in mine, had 10-plus miners get free hash yesterday. So it's an incentive. Remember, the end of August, you can upgrade to a 9-pack and get the other 2 centers through August. If you've already done, remember with a 9-pack, you buy 9 shares, $8,955, you get 3 pay centers. Only one of them gives you coins until you turn the other 2 on. How do you turn the other 2 on? You either sign up people and turn them on, or you buy them on, right? I've had people all week buying 2 more 9-packs on their other 2 centers to turn them on. And I think that's the biggest testimony I can give, Jason. The amount of people that maybe they got in for a 3-pack. Maybe they got in for a 6-pack. Maybe they bought a 9 and the 2 centers were empty. The amount of people upgrading, I would venture to say 75% of the people have upgraded because they've seen how well this is working and then they want more of it. I think that's a great testament for those people that haven't done it yet.
It's just going to keep on going right now. I don't see any clouds yet, Joe. It seems clear skies right now with TEXIT coin.
Yeah, if there's clouds, listen, we'll be the first to tell you if the rain is coming. 800-951-0592. Jason and I, we're coming right back with the Half Empty Cup.